Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about some of the ridiculous things I'm hearing for some negative Spurs fans. They are saying things that you shouldn't be saying after 7 months of a manager coming in, especially a manager that's doing so well, in my opinion. I want to go over a few topics, which at the beginning I will say what we expected and what the actual reality is now. So expectations versus reality, and hopefully this will solve the issue for you negative Spurs fans, and hopefully it will change your mind a little bit of where we're actually going as a club. Because in my opinion, I feel like we're going in the right direction. We're not going backwards. I think the way everything's structured at the moment, it's not all going to fall into place straight away. Nothing ever does. If you look back at, I don't want to say this because I hate them, but look at Arteta finishing eighth 2 seasons in a row. All Arsenal fans wanted it gone. They hated him. Arteta out was everywhere. But if you look at them now, they stayed with him. And remember, this is now in his 5th season, 5 seasons now. Postecoglou's in his 7th month. Arsenal are now playing the most attractive attacking football in the league now. They're outscoring Manchester City because Arsenal had patience with a manager who knew what he wanted to do, he knew how he wanted to play, and anybody who didn't want to play like that, he got rid of them. Exactly what Postecoglou is doing now. I just want to go through what I'm going to be talking about today. So basically, I'm going to be starting off with what was your Spurs fans' expectations at the beginning of the season when Postecoglou first came in. What are they saying now? And some of them are ridiculous. And what have we all been asking for the last 3 years? And then at the end of the video, I'm going to compare all of our expectations of what we needed to get done and compare it to what Ange has done already within 7 months. So hopefully at the end of the video, you'll see that we are on the right trajectory. I know we're going to have bad results against Wolves and everybody was negative, but on the whole, you've got to look at things in the long term. A lot of things don't happen overnight. So I'm going to start off with what was Spurs' expectations at the beginning of the season. And you've got to be honest with yourself. So don't try and say anything else that you were saying at the beginning of the season, because I know what a lot of you Spurs fans were saying, because I was one of them probably. So I'll tell you my expectations and you tell me what yours were in the comments. So at the beginning of the season, my expectations were probably hoping to get into Europe. But more than anything, my expectations were to play better brand of football, to challenge teams more by attacking them rather than just sitting back and getting beaten, even though we're not even trying to win. Some people may say they wanted to get back in the Champions League. Some people might have said, I want to be in a title race, which would have been very unrealistic. But a lot of people, and I say many, was wanting to come in and win a trophy. That's probably not going to happen this season, but yeah, that's not an unrealistic thing to want. It's, Wigan have won an FA Cup before, so I'm going to move on to what are some Spurs fans saying now, and this is what really made me make the video, to be honest. So some Spurs fans are saying Ange out, and that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. 7 months in, and especially what I'll tell you at the end of the video, what he's actually achieved, and you're saying Ange out is ridiculous. Some are saying he hasn't got a plan B, but Ange himself said right at the beginning that his plan B is to make plan A better. So if you're saying he hasn't got a plan B, you knew that from the start. He said other fans are saying he will never succeed because he's too naive in matches. He's been managing for 26 years. He's done the same philosophy everywhere he's gone and he's won things. We need to give him a chance. If it's 3 years down the line and he's still not won anything and he's still naive and we're still not winning trophies, by all means, I won't say anything again. But after 7 months, you cannot say that Ange should be sacked. That's ridiculous. So I'll move on to what have we been asking for the past 3 years. So we've wanted to sort out our defence. So we had Dyer, Sanchez, Tanganga, Roden. Crap, in my opinion. Crap players. He's sorted that completely. Our defence now, no one can argue this. Our defence now is one of the best defences in the league. Not like letting in goal wise, but individually, those players are incredible players, especially for some of their ages, like Udogie. He's like 20 or 21 years old now. We also wanted to get rid of Deadwood. He's got rid of most of the Deadwood. He's got rid of the likes of Dyer, Tanganga. I know he's on loan, but he's got rid of him. Sanchez is gone. Loris weren't Deadwood. Loris was not Deadwood, in my opinion. He was just, he's done his time and he was a brilliant servant to the club. But we did need a new goalie. Done that as well. We needed to bring in an attacking midfielder. He'd done that as well. We wanted a manager that wanted to be at the club. And guess what? Postecoglou wants to be here. He thinks we are a big club, and he's saying that he feels like he loves the fact that he's in the Premier League. He's in dreamland himself. So again, we've got what we wanted. So lastly, I just want to move on to what has Ange Postecoglou achieved so far. So saying about all of our expectations, what we wanted, what we needed him to do. So far, the average age of our squad now is 25. So we've not got an old aging squad. We're bringing the youth through. We wanted the youth team to be used a bit more. That is now being done. We're challenging now for a place in the Champions League. Remember your expectations at the beginning? Probably getting to Europe. Some of you were saying 8th. Some pundits were saying we're finishing the bottom half, especially without Harry Kane. We wanted attacking football. We've got attacking football, and now you're complaining that because we're attacking, we're not defending well enough. But we're attacking. What do you want? Yeah, you need a balance of both, but you're not going to do that in 7 months. Sorry, I can't stress this enough. If you're complaining already about Postecoglou, you will complain about anyone, because what he's done in 7 months is phenomenal. Not only that, if you look at some of the youth players coming through now, and some of the youth players he's brought in, Bergwall as well, Bergvall, oh my God, he looks like he's going to be a brilliant player. Then you've got so he's playing Udogie and Papa Matasar, who people were saying Papa Matasar needs to leave the club last season because he's not getting any game time, or he needs to go out on loan. He's one of our best midfielders now. Just relax. It's 7 months in. In a year's time from now, I guarantee you lot will be loving Postecoglou and not moaning about him. Just relax. Stop having unrealistic expectations. That's what we're doing, because I think at the time, we were thinking, we could challenge for the title. Yeah, if you're close to the top, yeah, you can. Of course, you can dream. And if you're 7 points from top, yeah, of course you're in the title race. But again, we are Tottenham. I hate rebuild, but it is a rebuild because we had so many bad players in the team. We had no players in this when Conte had his team. He had no players other than probably Bentancur that could keep hold of the ball and play the ball. Everyone else kept losing the ball. We've still got players in the team now losing the ball. Once we get a squad, most of our problems are because we're losing the ball. We give it to the other team and they can create chances. Once that stops happening, Ange ball will work. I promise you that. So we're going to end the video on a positive. We could win possibly the next 5 games, including against Villa. If we can beat Villa, win the next 5 games, we will be nearly nailed on for top 4. That would, for me, will be a very, very good first season for Postecoglou. I will be expecting more next season if that happens. But for now, I'm just going to be a little bit more realistic. I've still got hope, I hope we can do more and do better. But I'm hoping by this time next year, we'll be saying we will be in a League Cup final and we will be challenging to win that. Anyway, that's run over. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.